All right, building fans and toy fans. I'm here with another one. Now, this is going to be a smaller build today. I'm afraid. It's one of those where I was like, hey, I, I hold on. Let me fix this up real quick. It was one of those where I was like, I've got several sets, but there's a few things that I have on the table that's coming up that I want to do. And then, hey, what's up, Kobe Bryant? And there's some smaller sets I need to work through. So I was like, today might be a day where I work through a smaller set. And the set that I really wanted to work through was this Sluban Aviation. This was actually picked up on the TikTok shop. This one right here. The TikTok shop, and I was like, you know what? I gotta get this one built. So Kobe Bryant's on with me. It says I'm moving to Arkansas, and I don't know if I told you that. You did not. You did not. How's where about in Arkansas are you going? Because I have been. Let's see. I have gone through Harrisburg. Uh, let's see. Harrisburg, Eureka. I actually liked Eureka a lot. Russellville. Okay. And I've also been through Bentonville. I don't know where Russellville is. I'd have to check that out and see kind of where that is. Where about is that? Is that kind of close to either Eureka, Harrisburg, or Bentonville? We'll see from there. We'll kind of see what's going on. All right. So Sluban does not like they have everything already done in bags. Let me find out. Okay, let's find out. They also have, of course, a sticker sheet that has everything on there, and everything comes packed in this box. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, there's a lot packed in this box at one time. There's a lot. So when I tried to put everything back in to kind of store it away, it would not go. So hopefully I have all my bags because I was not sure if I had everything. But I'm gonna put that right there, and we're gonna go ahead and start opening these up. Now the two wings are two big wings over here. I'm gonna set them over there, and we'll go ahead and we'll put our minifigs together. How about that? Start with our minifigs. Now the Sluban minifigs, they are definitely quite different, but it's nothing. It's nothing that like it's. I don't dislike them at all. They're just vastly different. So let's put our minifigs together. We've got this. Let's see. We've got a nurse. We've got a nurse, doctor. Yes, a darker pants doctor. What is this? The patient goes right there. Blonde hair. This is the pilot, I believe. So we got the pilot here. He's got the headphones. Doctor's coat goes right there. Interesting enough, we don't have a driver for the ambulance. Hey, low budget, what's happening? Russellville is like 2 hours and 29 minutes away from Eureka. Okay, so it's a little bit higher up in the mountain area. That area was beautiful. I absolutely loved going through that area. It was really nice. It was one of those that it was. Eureka, if you ever get a chance to go, is I don't know if you've ever been. Eureka is a really, really, really cool place. Their downtown is kind of up in the mountains, and it's kind of up on like the side of the mountain, and it travels around. And when you first drive into it, it looks like it's like you're going into it's almost like you're going it's on the Oklahoma border. Yeah, it's almost like you're going up into Hogwarts or like something out of like the Harry Potter world. It's kind of wild. Okay, so the worried face, it goes to this guy. The determined face, it goes to the pilot. We got a female face, it goes to the nurse here, and the one with the mustache goes to the doctor. So let's start putting these together. Now I've noticed with the Sluban, putting the jackets and stuff on, they're not. You kind of have to take the arms off and then slide the body up into it, and then put this back on. We had the same thing when we did the conductor, and it leaves a little bit of a gap there, but it still looks pretty cool. Like, I like the whole look of it. And the actual people, they do not come pre-assembled at all, so you do have to assemble them. Right, we'll snap that hand over there and put this hand, goes right there. And there's really good snaps to these. Like, I love the pop to it. Now, here's where it gets weird on the Sluban figures. They have a head and a post, and the post goes through the body and attaches to the legs, just like this. So that would go all the way down, and push and attach right in there. And then the actual head is kind of on a ball joint. Now, one good thing to keep in mind, let me grab my retro guy right here. The Sluban hair pieces can also work on Lego, and vice versa. Lego can work on the Sluban, so you can mix and match those pieces. Though I will admit, Sluban pieces are a little tight, but they do attach. Here, grab this. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, what did I do? Pop that off. There we go. About to say, this is my 2017 retro space hero. I really didn't want to mess him up. It's kind of an old school sort of, hey, Thick-on-Say, what's happening? It's kind of an old school, like, Flash Gordon sort of thing. I dig him. I dig him. I almost got a hairpiece stuck on this guy right here that I was afraid of really messing up. Alright, so our Sluban. Here's our minifig, and this is one of them. This is our doctor. Hey, Wakey, what's happening? And we're about to build I think we'll build the nurse next. And then we'll get going on the airplane. Or actually, I think we're doing the ambulance first and then the airplane. That's how the directions have us set up. Alright. So each one of these figures, again, they've got that long post that goes right into here. Pushes all the way through into the legs. Which makes it kind of weird, but then you can turn the body this way. So if they're fighting, you can do that. And they got still keep their face forward. And then I do like that they have a little bit of a bob to it where they can turn their head kind of this way and that. But it is, some ways, a little bit too much articulation in my opinion. Hey, thank you all for the likes. Let's see. Hey, Rachel, how are you? Luke, how are you? Okay, now let's do our, I want to do the pilot last. Let's go ahead and do our patient here. We're going to pretend our patient, he had a skateboarding accident where he broke his hip, and it's an emergency flight because where he was going was out in a suburb, and there's not a major hospital anywhere near it. And in order to save his life, they had to put him on this medical flight. And look at that. He's got such a worried face. He's so worried. I'm also getting an Xbox and a Nintendo Switch in September. That's cool. That is cool. I have, are you getting the Switch too, or just the regular Switch? I have a Nintendo Switch. That's the system that I do have. And I like it. I thought about getting the Switch too, but right now all my monies, extra hobbies monies, is tied up into building bricks and such. So I don't get a chance too often to go out and do other things. So I'm still on my Switch. Okay, and then we got, there we go, his head there, and he's got the determined look, and he gets a cap with a headset, and this is going to be our pilot. I like them. Now we do always get usually 2 extra hands. Now the Switch 2 is the worst Switches ever released. Yeah, and here's my opinion on that. The fact that they started going to a model, and then a lot of systems are going to this model. The model being that if you have a system that only allows you to rent the games where you don't physically own a game cartridge, sometimes it's like I don't know about that. The Switch 2 has a terrible battery life. I've heard that too. I have the OLED Switch. I'm going to buy the Lego games soon. The low budget, the Lego games. I was looking into. There was one Lego game I was looking into that I was thinking about getting, and I ended up passing on it. I can't remember who had it for like dirt cheap, but I was like, I really kind of want to get it. But I think for me, Lego wise, I still do the Fortnite Lego Odyssey. That's my big game that I love playing. Let's see. You said the Lego Star Wars. Actually, the Skywalker Saga for Lego Star Wars on the Switch is really good. I can't remember whose I played, but it translates really nicely. It is on the level of kind of the PS3 look, so it looks pretty good on there. The Switch has 7 hours battery life. Switch 2 has 2 hours. Yeah. I'm not surprised. The thing is that the Switch 2 is supposed to be a higher processing platform, and it does have, some really good stuff in it that allows it to process really well, like higher graphics, things like that. But it also it has an overheat problem, and I can imagine that has to do with the battery as well. So yeah, I don't know, man. Switch right now is still priced kind of at its regular price. Usually those systems go down after a new system comes out, and people are still going out and buying the Switch, which tells you that Nintendo just they didn't build a banger. They kind of went back to what the Virtual Boy sort of things. The Switch Lite isn't compatible with some of the bigger games, though. Switch Lite isn't compatible with some of the bigger games, though. No. Now the Switch Lite, I believe, because I think my kid has a Switch Lite. I think it plays. I don't know. Every game that I've played on it, he's played, and that's the one. Instead of having the 2 dongles, it's the regular Switch, right? Just the main unit. Switch Lite can play any normal Switch games, just not Switch 2 games, right? Okay. I was going to say there was one of the systems, and maybe I'm thinking just the Nintendo Switch, or not the Switch OLED or the Switch with the 2 paddles on it, because that's what I have, is a Switch 2 with the 2 paddles. Okay, we're gonna pull all the big pieces out, and there's a lot of these big pieces here. We got engines, we got medical doors, we've got windows galore. I was thinking this was going to be a short trip, but this might take a while just finding the parts. But it looks cool. Looky there. This is one of my favorite things too. So we've got the whole canopy here, and we're going to go ahead and snap that into place. And let's see. Boom. Ah! I'm going to pop that. Pop it, pop it. Nice and solid. This is going to be a good jet. Let's see. Switch. The best Switch release was the Switch OLED. Yeah, I'm going to agree. And when I got my system, I did get the basic Switch, the one that's got the red and the blue pieces. I can't remember what that's called. Just the Nintendo Switch. Something. Anyways, that's the one that I got, and I think at the time when I got mine, the OLED was kind of, I want to say it was like maybe $100 more, and I was like, there's a part of me that kind of wishes I would have gone ahead and gotten the OLED, because it does look incredible. It does. And processing power, it's the same. You know, it seems like it does like get like processing a little bit faster, but it's the same. Has let's see, it has 64 gigabytes and 9 hours of battery life. Yeah, the OLED is a great looking machine. It really is. And there's a part of me that thinks I should have waited and gotten that one instead, but I was also really wanting to play some games, so I got the version right before that. And interestingly enough, I got it. I was also teaching. I was doing esports, so I was teaching esports with Northwest High School, and I was on the. I think for that year I was doing Smash. Yeah, I was doing Smash, Overwatch 2, and sometimes Valorant. So yeah, the Switch Lite is better than the Switch 2. Ooh. Oh yeah, I would say so. Building the Scooby-Doo mummy set before gym. Nice. The Scooby-Doo mummy set, man, I had to check that out. Did you see that there is a brand new mummy movie that is in the works by Blumhouse, and I'm super excited about this movie. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. It's got the wait, line this one up over here. It looks scary, and actually, I got a thing about going to the new Dracula movie, and I haven't heard a lot about it because I don't know if I haven't just been paying attention or what, but there's a new Dracula movie that's out. It's coming out here pretty soon, or it's already out, and I could not get my free ticket to go through, but I wanted to check it out. But I might still go and like watch the movie. But they are really trying to amp up the old monster movies again, and I was surprised to see the trailer for the new Mummy looks actually very scary. It looks like it'd be a pretty decent movie, so I'm kind of excited about seeing that. So you're talking about mummies over here from Scooby-Doo, and I'm talking about scary mummies from, you know, this one thing. But like, man, I kind of want to see it. Hey, Mr. Bricks, how are you today? Hey, thank you for the heart me. I love that. Mr. Jojo, what's up? But yeah, the new, and it's through Blumhouse, which is the I don't know, it's like the scary horror movie company that I guess Warner's has some hands in on it, but they do a ton of scary movies. And when they did their remake of The Invisible Man, I was actually very impressed by what they did. And if you haven't seen The Invisible Man remake and you like that sort of movie, yeah, it's I think this one's going to be really good. You're fine, awesome. Well, I think it would say. Is that how it's in sign language? It's like, me? Fine. Hopefully you're having a pretty good day. I decided, I was like, you know what? I need to get onto this piece and build this. I've had this in my backlog for a while, and I got this on the Amazon shop. And it was one of those that I keep getting things that are like, hey, when are you going to review the set, the Sluban, medical thing? And I'm like, you know what? I really need to go do that. So I was like, hey, today is my day. Lord bless it. This is my day. I'm going to get up there and I'm going to get this set built. I think it'll be an awesome set. If it's anything kind of like the last set I built from Sluban, I really enjoyed that one too. And that was the little tram, the Sakura tram. Favorite Nintendo console? Let's see. My favorite Nintendo console, I would probably have to say I was a huge fan of the Nintendo DS when it came out. And I liked the bigger DS. I didn't like the DS Lite. Doing Arkham Asylum. The DS for me was one of those like kind of breakthrough consoles. I had the Nintendo. I've had an NES. I never had a Game Boy. I had a friend that had a Game Boy, and I would play his all the time. I did not have a GameCube, but I had a friend that played the GameCube. I have an Nintendo. Oh my goodness, the one that's got the weird controller. It's got the little. It's got 3 handles on it. I can't remember, but I have that one, and it was okay. And then of course the out of the bigger systems, GameCube, I would play, and I had the Game Boy Advance, so I'd play. I had a profile on Animal Crossing on my friend's system that I would play the 64. Yeah, I still have a 64. I do, and I still actually have the 64. I have the 60, so the old systems I still have. I still have a PS2, and it's in working. I've got to reach up there for some reason. Like the cord for the monitor has gone down, so I've got to reach up through the build and like find my cord and plug it back in. But I still have a PS2 that I play every once in a while. I've got a Xbox, the original Xbox, but I've got to go and repair a little capacitor on it so it's up and running again. My kid has a 360. I still have a PSP Lite, but I've got to replace the batteries on those. I still have a 2DS, a DS Lite, a Game Boy Advance SP. I think we have 2 of them. Nintendo Switch. That might be it. We got quite a bit. Yeah, dude, the PS2, I remember when, so I had the PS1, and it was one of those that I was living in Florida at the time. I was actually doing a work program with Walt Disney World. And I was there for, I think I was there for like 9 months for the year. That's how long my college program was, and I got credit for it and everything. And I was there, and the PS2 had launched. It had just launched. And it was one of those where it was like you could get credit at one of the places in the mall for the PS1, and then you could pay up and get the PS2. And it wasn't too much more out of pocket. And I ended up trading up that system. There's a few games I kept, and then I traded up that system, and I got the PS2, and I was blown away. The SP Silver I still have. Okay, so I had the Nintendo base, so the NES base Game Boy Advance SP. That was one of my favorites, and I ended up trading it for something, and I really wish that I still had that one because I loved the look of it, and to me that was just such a solid system. I loved that thing so much. But now, going back to try to find it, it is a kind of expensive. I really don't want to deal with here lately, and I'm having to be careful because I just also bought like a $109 set. So, hey, thank you for the repost. I never had that PS2 with my friend, and I would play all the time when he was over. Yeah, dude. Again, the PS2, like I still have. So I have not the slim, but the first version, the big block one that has. I don't know if I still have my Final Fantasy hard drive. I think I still have a network adapter on it. Some of this is in a box, and I still have other things, but I have like Star Wars Bounty Hunter, Rogue Trooper, Star Wars Battlefront, I think 1 and 2, God of War 1 and 2. I've got, oh man, I don't even know what else. I've got tons of games. I still have all the Legacy of Kain. So like Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen, Blood Omen 2, Soul Reaver 2, um, Legacy. Like I have all those. It's one of those I've been wanting to play that every year, but I've never done it. Anything for sale? Nah, man, I haven't sold any consoles. I had so I initially sold my PlayStation 2, my old PlayStation 2 years ago. And what had happened was I had a PlayStation 3, which I enjoyed that system quite a bit too. Something happened with the driver card, so the card that dealt with the video graphics and everything and the HDMI, it burnt out, and I have no idea why. And so I had reached out to Sony about fixing it, and they're like, well, you know, we don't fix it, but there, because it's way after PlayStation 3's time. And they're like, but, you know, places like Game Exchange, and I can't remember the other company that does video game trade stuff. They were like, hey, we can fix those things. And so I took it to him. My friend had given me, it was a gift card for like $100 something, and I was like, I'm gonna go get my game system fixed using this gift card. And I go, and they're like, yeah, we won't even touch this, we won't even open these things. Yeah, Legacy of Kain is epic. It's one of my favorite series. Getting a PSP off of eBay or something, you should. Yeah, the PSP, and like the Slim is actually still a awesome system. The Slims that I have the Legacy of Kain Slim, and then I have like the old school, like the first generation PSP. They're good systems. Hey, thank you for the repost, Lego. Kind of mad they stopped making PS4s. Yeah, well, there were problems with the PS4 too. Same with the PS3. The PS3, apparently what happened with mine is not uncommon. So I go, and they're like, yeah, we won't even touch this thing. We won't fix it or anything. So I was like, well, that kind of stinks. So I ended up taking the money, and I saw that they had a old school original run PS2 that was in good shape. And I think they had like replaced the driver, like the actual CD driver on it. And so I got that. And I pulled all my old PS2 stuff out of the box. I found my old memory cards. I still had all my games. And I sat down and I just started plugging and playing. And I absolutely, that is such a grand machine. So the one that I have is not my original, but it is just like my original. And I still had all my old original peripherals. So the PSP and the PS2 was so far ahead. Yeah, it totally was. Totally was. Anyone that tells you any different, that the PS2 is you know, kind of an okay, it's still to this day a pretty solid machine. It was definitely ahead of its time. In some cases, it's still very ahead of its time for some of the applications as far as plug and play. And you know, if you want to go and just do like backwards compatible, just good gaming for epic gaming, I definitely suggest anytime you could get a PS2, go ahead and nab it, because just going backwards and playing some of those games is amazing. And like one of the things that I have that I do love playing is I have the Mega Man Legacy, and it has all the Mega Man games on disc, and I love that one so much. Oh, hey, again, thank you all for all the hearts and the likes. I appreciate that. Let's see. We are now on this section here. It looks like we're going to have this where it opens up. One thing I want to say about this car that's kind of weird. Most Lego cars. Okay, let's go. I've got my little parking garage over here. Most Lego cars are 6 studs wide, which means that you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. So you usually have walls. So you usually have 4 studs inside for your characters. Now, Kobe, which is another brand I'm about to build here pretty soon, that one is also 6 studs wide. Now, Speed Champions and some Mold King stuff, they are 8 studs wide. So they are a bigger car. It is believed, for the most part, car to figure ratio 6 stud wide is kind of the size for a standard car based on the minifigure. This one is only 4 studs wide, so that's something that I might actually have to change. Trabby, what's up, my man? You doing good? People talk about how good the PS Portal is. PS Portal, and I don't remember that the PSP started. So that was the oh man, that was the, I'm trying to remember. It was the Vita, wasn't it? You doing okay? Good. Yeah, I think it was was that the Vita that came out that's also known as the Portal? It was something kind of strange, but it was a my friend had it, and he got it because he wanted to do all the Killzone games. Oh, that's another one I have. I have Killzone on there as well. That's, to me, that was like a phenomenal game. I love that one. But he got it because of the new Killzone games. And when I started looking into it and like things you could do, I was excited about it. But a lot of the games you had to download. PSP, PSP Vita, now PS Portal. Man, that shows you how long I've been out of gaming. So, Kobe, this is it, man. This is your chance to get to tell me I'm totally unk because I didn't know about the Portal. I'm so behind, man. I'm so behind. So behind. That is so sad. I'm going to check this over here. All right. Yeah, that's so sad. Been out of gaming since PS4. Yeah. I mean, I'd say, like, after I came back for the Nintendo Switch. And I've been kind of on board for the Switch. That's what I play on now. But some of the Sony consoles and things that they have, I haven't been keeping up with all the game systems. Like that used to be something that I would like research and look at and follow all the time, and I haven't done that in seems like forever at this point. I feel there are times when people will tell me some of the systems that are out or coming out, and I just feel old because it's like I didn't know, man. I was not aware at all that they had these other new systems up and coming out because I just haven't been following the news. I knew about the Switch 2 because of the controversy with it. So the PS Portal is the handheld system for the PS5. Okay. Yeah, the PSP was for the PS2. Though, interestingly enough, I don't remember anything that allowed, like one... I don't remember anything that allowed the PS2 to connect to the PSP and do anything. I remember when there were a couple times that you could connect the PSP to the PlayStation 3, and there was some connectivity stuff there, and it had to do with, I believe it was Little Big Planet had something there that you could do. And it wasn't anything wild and crazy. Like, it was not I think it was like you got an extra, like, skin or something. That was definitely one of those games I enjoyed the, let me find this one. Give me a second. I need to wipe my glasses down. The Little Big Planet was one of those I absolutely loved. Jeff, what's happening? Dude, I'm doing good. Doing good. I am stepping away from modulars today. I am solely working on a Sluban. There we go. That's so much better. A Sluban medical jet and ambulance that I got off of the TikTok shop. And I said, I need to finally sit down and build this thing. So that's what I'm working on today. You got any good builds on the table? There is, let's see, we got another one of our, license plates. Boom! I love it when a sticker goes down beautifully. I still need 2 of these brackets. So, I learned something the other day. Actually, Jeff, you'd be very happy to hear this. Let me find it and I'll show you what I learned. So I was building, if I can find them, I know they gotta be in here. Let me pull these big panels out. And that big piece out. And these big pieces out. There we go, there's one. And I should have one more. Don't film me now, Sluban. It's in here. I know it's in here. Ah, there it is. Okay. So I'll put this one here. So I learned the other... the huge train set? Dude, that train is beautiful. I'm waiting on one that I got from the AliEx. I'm waiting on it to come in. I think it'll be pretty cool. Hold on, I gotta check something here. Ooh, I'll claim all. Yay! Alright. So I found out when I was building, I actually started learning the BrickLink, the software for Studio. I started learning that. And I'd always called these snot plates, but these are not snot plates. There's a snot brick. But these are called brackets. And I learned that you have brackets like this that go down, or inverted brackets, and then brackets that go up are just brackets. And I actually learned some new terminology the other day. I was super excited. It's crazy to think that the PS1 came out 32 years ago. Don't tell me that, man. So right now I'm not building anything. Oh, well, hey, you know what? Give it time. I'm sure you got plenty in your backlog that you could be building. Just last night, I was not feeling well. I sat down because I did like one video. The video I did yesterday was for my Lumabricks, Valentine's set, because I want to make sure I get at least a video a day. And I did that, but I was not feeling well. And so after I made that video and posted it, and during the time when I was making that video, I was feeling pretty awesome. And I ended up just kind of going to bed right after that. I was in bed by 9:30, which is kind of weird for me. I usually stay up late. Let's see. Yeah, that's amazing. Oh, yeah, the train, yeah. I'm thinking of getting the Switch OLED. Man, you should... I would say that when it comes to the Switch and the OLED, if you have the money to get the OLED, I would get the OLED. Just because it is a screen-wise and battery life-wise, it is a much better system. I like my Switch, but there are times I kind of wish I'd have waited and gotten an OLED instead. But it's still a good system, and I still enjoy it. But the OLED, as far as like taking it out, if I was only playing on the system versus the playing it on the TV, which for me, I played on the TV a lot, I would have much rather, if I had to play handheld all the time, the OLED is the way to go. It really is. Let's see. I do have a Gundam model kit to build. Ooh. You should go find your Switch. I have my Switch. I have it. It's plugged up. I played it a little bit yesterday. I played some Fortnite, and so I played because I'm trying to unlock the oh my goodness, what is it? The corrupted Voyager, the Dark Voyager. I'm trying to unlock all of his styles before the battle passes up. I don't care that much about any of the other characters, but his I really wanted. And so I was trying to finish all of his quest. And so for me, I am looking at getting that done. To who?
Lucas.
I'm fine with that. Is
All
it?
the boys are Asher,
They're all
Ben,
there.
Asher, Ben, Lucas, and everybody.
They're all there.
And Nathan.
I'm fine with that. Let mom know though. Okay.
Alright, I'm trying to call her, but she won't answer.
That's okay. She's still out with P. That's probably her.
Hey, Mom.
All right, dude. I love you. See you later. Kids, right? Hey, the brick guy. What's happening? I've been okay. So I gotta go back a little bit. You should go find your Switch. Okay. I've been watching the old He-Man cartoon. Oh, hey Jeff, are you excited about the He-Man movie? Because I'm kind of excited about it. I want to see it. Okay, well, It's charging right now. It's on a rocker, but it's like the Nintendo Switch that has like the blue paddle and the kind of pink paddle. It's just that one. It's nothing crazy. Um. Hey, oh, hey, brick guy. Nothing much. Let's see. Let's see. Been building the Milky Way galaxy, dude, and looking forward to my next build. You gotta finish the Milky Way galaxy first. Go get it. No, not getting it. I'm in the middle of building right now. You bought the Fantasy Architecture firm. Oh, that is a solid set. Okay, bye, Kobe. I'll see you. Yes, we talked about the He-Man. Yes, we did. That's right, we did. Yeah, there has been more. So I'm trying to remember her name that plays Evil Lynn. They showed the pictures of her in one of the last. Oh man, it was what is it? Variety, I think. And she looks amazing. She looks amazing. Did I make it? Did I make what? The Galaxy? No, I have not made it. Or the architecture firm? No. It is on my list of things to get, but I just got. So I am doing a build and review of the I believe it's Barweir. It's the hardware store, and that one is one that I should have it in tomorrow, and I've got to get the review done on that one because I need to get that one done as soon as possible. But I got that, and that's probably going to be it for a while until I get my reviews in for it. But yeah, ignore the P. Yes, I'll be finishing the Galaxy first. Yes, and I'll ignore the P. I don't even know what P you're talking about. That's how good I am at ignoring it. You have to forgive me. I'm a bit of a mess today. Bit of a mess. All right, I should have these two slopes. Give me a sec. I'm gonna have to like dig for this. The one thing I love, man. Here's the thing. I love Sluban, and I enjoy their sets. They're small, they're nothing crazy, but sometimes digging for their bricks is a little rough because, especially when everything is the same color, everything looks the exact same, it's hard to find certain pieces, and it's hard to, they don't have anything numbered, so everything is just all one bag. Or not one bag, but it's multiple bags, but it's all just thrown in. So you open everything up at once. And there are two little step slopes. So they slope up to a plate. So it's a plate with a slope. And I know they're in here because I did already just see them. Look. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull the big plates out. I'm going to pull these, a panel, a window, a roof, a window. I'm going to have more pieces on my table. Ah, there we go. There's one. And again, everything here is white, so it's really hard to see it. I can send you my review before you buy it. Which one? Oh, the architecture firm? Most definitely. Most definitely. And if you are putting the review on the YT, I believe you have reviews there, I believe, and I think I follow you. But if not, you know, send me the link, and that way I can make sure I do follow you, because I want to be as supportive as I can. Yeah, yes, I was gonna say I believe I do. I just need to get on there and you know, hit up everybody's reviews. I have been bad about that lately. I've been very bad about that. But yeah, anytime that I can be supportive and go and check out reviews, I want to do it. Because there are some incredible people in our community that's creating a lot of stuff, and I wanna help them out as much as I can. Okay, real quick. This, I'm having to check something out. Okay, they are the same on each side. This piece is going inward. Okay. Inside. Is that right? Make sure I don't have another window here. I want to say these are kind of a tight fit. So the post on these pieces for the windows and such, and it seems like I had the same issue. There we go. You lead in the top, and then you can snap in the bottom. Send me a channel link as well right now if you want. Oh, hold on. I mean, you can, but if I follow you, I have you. I just need to go and hit you up. I need to refresh my YouTube. So now I've got a bunch of channels that I used to do when I was doing action figure reviews, and I still have a few that I work with. But I need to go and redo my follows at the bottom and change it up. So I'll probably be putting you on the bottom down there for channels I follow as a promotion thing, just so you know. Hey, Bearded, what's up, my man? What's happening, Texas Builder? Hey, sorry, I have not been on. I was not feeling well last night, and the other night I was on dad duty. So, and thank you for the heart, me. Bling. I'm going to post the Scooby-Doo. Check it out later. Definitely. I want to see that Scooby-Doo. It's not even the Scooby-Doo. It's the Scooby-Doo mummy, which is like, that right there just makes my heart sing, because it's like I really want to see that. I really want. I love the Scooby-Doo series. Actually, it was Mystery Incorporated was like the last series I really enjoyed. I liked that quite a bit because it was like a nice modernization of Scooby-Doo, and that was a lot of fun for me. I really liked it. Kind of wish that they would kind of hated that they kind of canceled that, but I liked that one quite a bit. Let's see, it's a knockoff from China. I can't really tell much difference from Lego. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. I'm looking here. Let's see. I thought it said something that I had. Good connection. Everything's good. Okay. There's just a red dot by it. I was like, what in the world? Okay, so we do have more stickers. This time we got a medical and an ambulance. So, looks like we're going to be going on both sides. And we're going to be using these smaller stickers here. Now, I will say this. Again, this ambulance is only 4 studs wide. So that is a little strange in my opinion, but it'll be okay. Set that one right in the center. Anytime I see that sort of like cross like this, it reminds me of the medical company from from Cyberpunk. That's what it reminds me of. I do like that they are separating these so we can keep things going. I'm killing it. I am killing it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Think about getting the Mayflower ship. Oh, from Tycho. So I saw someone that had that one, and I believe, is it the Endurance that's also from Tycho? There's a guy that started following me on the big IG, and I was checking out his page, and he has basically all he does is his whole building block set is a shipyard, and there are some beautiful, beautiful ships, and he had hold on, he had that Mayflower. That was one of the ships that he had, and then the other was the Endurance that he was putting together, and then there was something else that he had. I believe he had the I can't remember. It's not the Susie. It's the ship from the smaller boat from Jaws. He had that one as well. He was posting about. I actually thought about getting the Sluban version of it, but I'm gonna have to wait a little bit because again, I just ordered the hardware store, and I will not have any money left in the coffer for a while. I also got from Kobe. I got it was a Volkswagen van with a beach scene. So and some extra pieces for my mock. So once those come in, I think there's a train too. I've been wild, man. I'm in trouble. So after I get that stuff in, I think I'm done for the next month and a half probably before I get in a lot of trouble. It looks beautiful. Yeah, it really does. That Mayflower is stunning. A lot of the ships, and what I find interesting is that the ships themselves, the building block ships, you wouldn't think that they work, but they work, and they look so good when you get the right hole and you get the right bricks in place for certain pieces, and you get the fits for all the bricks and the plates on the roof, like on the decks. Like, there's some amazing things you can do with those ship builds. And I still have what is it, Mega Blocks? It's the Mega Blocks, before they went to Mega Constructs, the old Pirates, so Pyrates. I still have those ships. They're buried right now in my closet, but I have those and some Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. And those ships I absolutely loved. I think it's the Captain's Cutlass Stormbreaker is the one that I have. And to me, that was just such a phenomenal ship. That one I have, and I have the Phantom ship. It's like the big bad guy boat. It's supposed to be like the Flying Dutchman before the Flying Dutchman became popular, but it's got like a light thing, so when you tap a cannon, like the bottom of it glows. It's really cool. Way before it was way before the Lumabricks came in to start doing light kits. Hey, I want to say, hey, thank you all. Half of my live goal is completed. I want to celebrate you all. 80%. Oh my goodness, you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Matt, what's happening? I got a freestyle. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And hey, thank you, Greg, for the repost. I finally watched Master and Commander, and now I'm obsessed with Lego ships. Oh, dude, that is a great, great, great movie. That's Russell Crowe back in his prime right there. Man. Yeah, I have not watched that movie it's been a while. It's actually been a while. The other day I was looking, and I saw that they had Johnny Mnemonic on Netflix, and I have it, I think, still on VHS, surprisingly. I still have VHSs, guys. But they had it on there, so I started watching that, and I'll look and see who has Master and Commander, because that'd be a fun one to watch. My kid might even get into that. That'd be kind of cool for him to watch and see the ships. I got into the pirates and the pirate ships and stuff, I think back when the first Pirates of the Caribbean came out. And the Moby Dick one with Chris Hemsworth. I have not watched that one. And here's the thing. I love Herman Melville. I've read Moby Dick. I actually got into Moby Dick, like reading the story and everything, when this is gonna sound kind of bad, but when Star Trek First Contact came out and Picard quoted Moby Dick, and there was the correlation between him and the ship and the Borg and the White Whale and Ahab, I decided I wanted to read it, and so my mother-in-law got me a copy of it, hardback copy, and I read through it and I loved it. And there's, if you were to ask me which one I like more, Picard's speech or the actual quote, I think his speech is better in my opinion, because it's a little more condensed and it does sound better in the long run. But it is it's a great book. It's worth the watch. Very entertaining. Nice. You have the full collection of Dragon Ball Z on VHS. Nice. I'm trying to think. A lot of things I started to replace over time on like DVD. Back when DVD first started coming out, like some of the DVDs I had were like the paper cardboard sort of DVD sleeves. And some of those I think I've replaced over time, just because I didn't want to have what was it called, the disc wear, or like the disc deterioration. And so I've got to go and check. But we have I think 10 to 12 foot ceilings in our living room, and I have a DVD shelf kind of on the side where the TV is, that runs almost from the floor up to the ceiling. If I want to get something off the shelf, I have to kind of get a stool and get up there and get it down. I was wanting to do like a little ladder. But that whole shelf is full of DVDs and Blu-rays. And I still have some out, because I really got into movie collecting for a while. And I'm trying to remember what all. There were certain things I was able to replace, some that I wasn't. Dragon Ball Z I never got into like my friend did. My friend had pretty much every VHS set, because I think they did the seasons where it was like season 3, but then they had the different tapes for each volume of it. He had, I want to say, all of those, and he loved Dragon Ball Z. My kid got into it for a little bit, and I started watching it. You love the movies so much. Yeah, I mean, it's let's see, hold on, I feel like I missed something. It's worth every watch. Oh, the Moby Dick. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out now. You said it's Chris Hemsworth. Okay, I like Chris Hemsworth. I loved him as Thor. I hated that they kind of goofed him up in the last movies, but I do like him as an actor quite a bit. All right, real quick. So this is our ambulance. Again, it is only 4 studs wide. It does have an opening back here, and that is set to put a little gurney in there. So we do have these gurneys. That's how they're set up. Gurney fits in there, closes down. We got a quick ambulance. I don't know. I might keep it as is. This doesn't really fit in a lot of what I have for the city, just because most of what I have is 6 studs wide on a lot of my cars. A few 8 stud wide cars, but most of my cars that I have in the city are 6 studs wide. So I'm debating, but we do have another vehicle. Oh, let me do this puzzle piece. Boom. There we go. All right. I love movies so much. Yeah, man, especially like if you can get some good movies. Back in the day, there were lots of movies I really enjoyed. And every tape has an image on the side. Hold on, let me see. Oh, every tape has an image. Oh, nice. Like on the side of the tape. So if you put them together, it creates like a scene. That's how my He-Man, so Masters Universe, I have the box sets. I have Season 1, Volume 1, Season 1, Volume 2, and then I think I have Season 2, Volume 1, but I know I wasn't able to get the last one. And I think I have She-Ra, Season 1, Volume 1, and then I have the New Adventures of He-Man, Season 1, Volume 1. And those, if you put them together, they have the image from Castle Grayskull into Snake Mountain into the oh my goodness, She-Ra's palace, the Princess of Power Palace, and then it goes into like New Eternia. I have those, but like I said, there's quite a bit missing on them. I was not able to get all of the volumes, and now looking at them, they are expensive. I was kind of checking out. I was looking the other day. I was like, I kind of wonder if I could get, this volume that I was missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Do it like this. I'm gonna move that over just a little bit. Boom. And let me use this as a counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not it. 5 and 5. That is it. Cool. Yes, yeah. I went back to look at those cost of the DVD sets, and they were selling the last New Adventures of He-Man set, the DVD set for Volume 2, because apparently it had a very low production run. They were charging $275 for it on eBay, and I was like, I can't afford that. I cannot, absolutely cannot afford it. And so I was like, I'm happy with what I have. Now, the one set that I did get is I got the complete series of the 2000X He-Man from I think it's Mills Production Company. That one to me is probably one of the best He-Man like variation things I've seen in forever. That is a phenomenal run of cartoons. Every time Rayman came jumping into the scene, I'd start laughing. Yeah, with his spring boing boing. Yeah, dude, he he cracks me up. Well, and I like how, because Ram Man in the original series is super goofy, like super goofy, and I love how they kind of gave him a little bit more character in the 2000X version. Like, he has a little bit more purpose to him, and I really dig how they fixed him up. Crashing into walls, yeah. Well, and he's, the thing is that I remember, like, I'm trying to remember, there's someone in the collecting community that they are out to get every Ram Man action figure that they can. Their whole goal, and it was kind of a joke, but their whole goal was to corner the market on Ram Man out of all the characters. And thankfully I had gotten one before he got to my area. But 12, there we go. But the concept of the character is just ridiculous. He's very ridiculous. He's a super silly looking character. Hey Primary, what's up? And it cracks me up, because it's like, well, how are we supposed to take this character seriously? If you've ever watched I think it's through Toy Nacelle, but it's their the Toys That Made Us series. They have a really good expose on the Masters of the Universe toy production, and kind of some of the things that went on during that. and you can start to understand some of the goofiness that was behind a lot of the decision making that they had for their toy line. And I mean, it's like those guys, like some of the stuff that they were making was like some of the jokes that they were making and some of the things that they were doing. It's like, whoa, I can't believe back then that you got away with this, because it is so inappropriate. Some of the things that you said and did. But that was a cool series, and I still have a whole bunch of mine. And Cringer always giving excuses for not fighting. I know. Oh, I'm scared, Adam. That little silly Cringer voice. Don't make me do it, Adam. Oh, man. And that theme song and everything, like, they just... I mean, they won so many kids over with the He-Man lore. Like, I remember, sadly enough, when I was growing up, oh, why did you not stick? When I was growing up, it goes in between. When I was growing up, I never got to see the cartoon. It never played on my channel as a kid. I never got to see it. And I didn't experience it until years later. So most of the time, what I had in mind for He-Man had to do with what I knew from the mini comics, and then I associated He-Man a lot with Thundar the Barbarian. I really liked the episode about Teela and her backstory. About her as the adopted daughter. Yeah, if that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, I enjoyed that one too. And I like how they played into that in the newer season, or the newer version as well. 2, 3. Let's see. We need 6 of those. Get out of there, Tyre. I am tired of you, Tyre. I do like that they make all these windows like tinted. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna be way up in the sky. I need tinted windows. So that way no one sees what I'm doing. You want to? It's kind of silly. Yeah, with the sorcerer. Yeah. Hey, Harles, what's up? Oh yeah. And how they approach that story, even in the newer season, I really love that one as well. Like I said, I still to this day love He-Man. I just, with the Netflix He-Man, I didn't enjoy that one. The one that what's his name had done. I had a hard time getting behind it. It didn't feel very He-Man. And I even at the time I was getting a lot of the comics with the He-Man multiverse, and with when Skeletor killed the sorceress in the first issue, and I was like, what? I had a hard time getting behind that too, and I was like, let's stop killing off some of our characters here. But I have a ton of original. I have almost the entire collection of the 2000X. I have quite a bit of the classics, and I have a whole bunch of the Mega Bloks versions. And actually, there's some more Mega Bloks versions that I'm wanting to get before they're all gone. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit because, again, kind of spent some money, but I like my He-Man, and so as soon as that movie comes out, we're gonna be going and checking it out. I might even take off a day of live streaming and go do it. That'd be weird. Oh yeah, and Trapjaw Skeletor's gopher. Oh yeah. Now, you saw the pictures of Trapjaw in the trailer, because that looks pretty awesome. And I don't know if you follow, Pixel Dan has been doing a bunch of, give me one second, I gotta look at something. I see. This one goes here. That's gonna be kind of a wild. Boom. And boom. And this one, I think, goes here. Am I correct? Nope. It's the bigger one. Right? Here. And then here. Okay. Pixel Dan got some pictures of the brand new Masterverse figures, and they look... It was... Trapjaw was the one he would send in. Merman is the gopher. Merman's the one that... In the 2000X series, Merman's the one that he always sends out to go find stuff, and he always fumbles it. Trapjaw is kind of the one he sends out to go and attack He-Man or cause problems. Triclops, interestingly enough, in the comics, like especially the later comics, Triclops is actually a swordsmaster / inventor. And I'm trying to remember, in the cartoon, he has some of that, but it feels a little lax in comparison. But yeah, that is... Merman and Trapjaw are his two go-get-its, and they're going to end up fumbling it. And it's like one of those situations where it's like, man, why even send them? If this is like an ongoing issue that every time you send them out, they're going to fumble or have a problem, why even send them out to go do it? It's just a little weird. Yeah, Merman. Oh, Beastman. Oh, man. Yeah, Beastman's a bit of a buffoon, too. Every time. Now, in the 2000X comics of Beastman, if you... let me... try to remember what it's called. Shard of Darkness and Dark Reflections. So if you ever get a Masters of the Universe trade paperback, that's Masters of the Universe Dark Reflections trade paperback, that is some phenomenal storytelling where Beastman has this really, really amazing backstory that talks about him basically dealing with he was kind of this Lord of the Jungle sort of character, and he had this great society. Everyone was afraid of him, and they kind of worshipped him. And there was a thing where he was challenged by a sorcerer, and the sorcerer, being Keldor, and Beastman end up getting taken away and put into this kind of camp with an opposing Beastman sort of species. And they tend to... Oh, this one goes here. Alright, hold on. Let me switch this out. This one goes in here. If it'll fit. Yep. And then this one, we're building a new one. Okay. That Beastman and Keldor end up getting trapped, and Keldor ends up kind of saving his life, and it ends up making Beastman have a life debt to him. And Beastman doesn't want to work for Keldor / He-Man, or not He-Man, Skeletor, and he doesn't really have a lot of a choice about it, and that was kind of sad. I love the relationship between Orko and Man-at-Arms. Yes. And even the relationship with Orko and He-Man and or Adam, I should say. Like that relationship of him having to deal with Orko and Orko's blunders. Also, I really enjoyed that part of the storytelling. There's quite a bit of the He-Man lore and the He-Man storytelling as a whole that I really like. I like how they were able to take this, and it wasn't... Hold on. I'm missing some. I'm not missing it, but I'm off on something here. Those... I think maybe it's on this one. Let me check this out. They're all the same size, aren't they? Wait a second. Okay. 1, 2, and then 1 like this. Okay, I got it right. Where was I? Oh yeah. I love how he's always trying to work on his magic tricks. Yes. Well, and that was the thing is like in the 2000X series. Again, I know I keep going back to that one, but that one is like beloved to me. I really enjoyed that series because of what they were able to do with it. But there's another one of those that has a mini comic that is where Orko creates essentially this huge problem because of the fact that, you know, on Tralla he was a grand magician. He was an amazing magician. And then when he got sent to Eternia by accident, he did not have control of that magic. The world wouldn't allow him to. And that's because Eternia itself already had a certain magic sort of thing to it that it didn't work with Trollan magic very well. But Orko in Tralla is a great magician. Like, he's a phenomenal magician. But on Eternia, he's a bit of a joke because he hasn't learned the ins and outs of how to control it, which is something that they talk about later on because of the fact that he becomes later on a dark magician during the Battle of Eternia, like way down the road, because he finally learns how to control the magic, and when he does, he goes power hungry. It's kind of sad. I'm not sure how much I like that story, but I think it fits to his character because he's been seeking recognition as a magician for so long, and then when he finally gets it, he can get kind of wild with it. All right, so 1 and 2, and we're gonna put this one over here. All right, real quick, let me pop these on. So the plane itself is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stud wide plane. So it's a smaller plane. We're gonna pop this on up here, and I believe our door is gonna be going right through there. Let's see. Making sure I'm not missing anything over here. Nope, I'm not missing anything over there. Okay. Now, do I have everything? I'm checking to make sure I haven't missed any steps because I do that quite a bit. I did miss something. This cabinet right here, and this is a little medical cabinet, goes in the back of the plane. It's going to sit right in here. And there's enough room that it clears that little plate right there. Let me press that down a little bit more, see if that helps. Nice and smooth. And then the other gurney goes right back here. So I'm going to show right there. The other gurney is going to fit right between these two. And then that gurney fits right in there. Now, I don't care much for these studs there, but I could put like a plate or something in there, like a little tile. But that's going to fit there, and then you have this cabinet. This cabinet seems kind of weird to have this right here on the end, but I guess if they need medical supplies, they could pull it beforehand. It's kind of cramped. We do have a little, I guess it's supposed to be like a computer screen there, but there's nothing on it. But after I review it, I have some tiles that have like some medical stuff on it that I could put on there. That'll be like a little scanner. So I will probably do that at that point. Okay, hey Kip, I saw that you were on, but I didn't say anything. Kip, how you doing today? So surprisingly, this thing is kind of big. Kind of big. A little bit bigger than I think I was expecting. And we're still going out some. It's my first really big plane. I feel quite excited to say that this is my first really big plane, because it is. Haven't had a plane like this before, so I'm excited to get to build it. And this one again. This is one that I got off the TikTok shop. This is Sluban. This is nice. This is nice. They had some other ones too. I might look into some other ones. I think for me, I'll probably look at like some clear like posts and stuff, so that way I can put it on the tops of buildings and have them fly over things. I think that'd be kind of cool. Hey, low budget. All right, now I am going to pop these windows in. 1 and 2. And then we'll grab that one as well. 3. And we'll go right here. 4. And I think, nope, this one does go up here. This one here. This one here. One thing I noticed about these, there's lots of big pieces. So like instead of just 1x2s or 1x2x2s, lots of that in there. So it's not like just like extra bricks. They're big pieces. So for what we're getting, because this thing is fairly large, we've got really big pieces for it. I'm not too, there's a little bit of a pull on this wing where it's not completely straight. I'm not sure about that, but that should be fine. It's still play worthy. I'm still gonna play with. I'm gonna fly it around later on. Maybe do some videos of me flying it around the house, landing it on people's head. Let's see. What is it? All right. I'm gonna check. All right. Oh, hold on. There we go. Jeff, I gave you a follow, by the way. I saw that it was on there, so I wanted to give you a follow back. I appreciate you hanging out with me today and talking He-Man, man. Not too many people are really in the mood to sit there and talk He-Man with me. Not too many people. And I saw some of the the figures for the new Masterverse. I'm debating. I might have to get a few of those. I still, by the way, for anyone that knows, I still collect certain action figures. Like the other day, I found the I'll put it up here, the Dr. Mindbender for the classics, but it's like the retro version. I got him for $10 on clearance, and I was like, totally. And it's funny because it had a sticker on it for $10. I took it up to the counter, and they were like, oh, it's scanning as $27. I'm like, well, it's like it has a sticker saying that it's cheaper than that. And they're like, yeah. It's like, I'm not able to do it here, but you have to take it up to the front. So I took it up to the front, and I was like, I am not passing up this deal. And so I got a Dr. Mindbender, because I never got the Comic-Con version of it. I just, it's just an expensive set. And what I wanted it because I wanted it to go with my Techno Viper, because it's the same color purple. And so it makes me think I'd like to troop build. Next time I see a Techno Viper for cheap, I'll probably get another Techno Viper to put with them, so I could have Mindbender, Techno Viper, and another Techno Viper to the other side of them. But we shall see. It doesn't have to be anytime soon. Right now it can be Dr. Mindbender and a Techno Viper just as is. Yeah, $10. $10. I was like, I cannot believe that I found that. It was one of those I was walking around, because I always check clearance at my local wall, and I was looking and I saw that they had a Dr. Mindbender for $10, and I don't even know. Here's the thing: the system didn't even show it as clearance. So it's like one of those. Even if I'd have gotten on the site to look, it probably wouldn't have shown up. And I was like, I need to nab this while I can. Okay, I'm looking at something. There is something kind of strange here. Okay, I think I figured it out. We're going to flip this over. That gurney, man. So what they have us doing is they have us putting these bricks in here. So we're actually going to do it, we're going to square it up like this. The way they have us putting it in upside down, which is kind of strange. But we're going to snap this double-sided or stud. It's a plate with stud and no anti-studs is basically what it is. We're going to put this on there, so a double-sided plate with the curved wedges. Then we're going to be putting our brick on here. Then we're coming out with this piece here, and it's going to saddle between the two. So we got a stud on each side. Uh-oh. I'm checking something out, because on my other feed here, there we go. That's got it. And then we've got a red one, and the red one's going to snap in here. Hey, iBricks. And we're going to snap that into place there. And then we've got two more of these that are going to go on top. Now, they have us building this in a very interesting way. They say, like, hey, let's see if I can bring this up. They have us putting, like, the pieces upside down, snapping it upside down, then snapping it into this wing post. But instead, you probably need to turn the whole thing over to do it. So we're going to do the same thing. Come over here. We're going to snap this down. I'm going to turn that off, see if that helps out a little bit for, yeah, distinguishing that. That might help out a little bit. I noticed that it's hard to see what we're doing right here on the camera because of the white and then the white background. I might have to start doing a different color tablecloth for things. Something I didn't think about. But, again, putting it upside down on each end. And instead of doing it to where it is right side up and just snapping it underneath, I think this is the easier way to build it. So that way you can let kind of gravity do its thing and then clutch the process into place. Before the other way, it's not quite conceivable. Alright, and then we're going to flip that back over. The gurney, I'm just going to set that gurney over there for right now, man. That thing, every time I flip it over, it's falling out. Man, you hit 2,200 followers yesterday. Bro, low budget, you're killing it, man. You're absolutely killing it. You're doing a good job. And you've been at it. You have been working hard at this, man. I'm proud of you. You know that? You have been absolutely killing it on the game. You have been getting tons of followers. You've been getting a lot of content. You've been doing good. Absolutely good. I'm loving your stuff, by the way. I was actually thinking if ever I'm in the Houston area, I need to come visit you. I know Bearded is around there. And I'm trying to remember. I think I've got some other builders that are around that area. But I need to, if we're in the area, I need to go visit. See, check out your collection. See how you're doing. Maybe hit up some food. Travis is around that area as well. Try to remember, there's a restaurant that I'm supposed to go with him to go to. And that's an old school kind of sandwich shop that I want to check out. And of course, there's also House of Pies I'd love to go to. I haven't been there in a while. We went. You inspire me to post daily, man. I'm glad. I'm absolutely glad. I'm glad that that I was able to inspire you, because it's not an easy task, man. Every posting every single day it's time consuming. It can be tough even when you're not feeling well. And it's like one of those, it's like, well, if I'm doing this as a hobby, that seems kind of, I don't want to have to post, I don't have to do this, but I have learned that discipline of posting, no matter what, hey, post at least one thing. And I post on all the channels at least once a day, if I can. And it does make an incredible difference. It really does. Okay, here we go. So, real quick, I see what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to pop this on here. This goes across here. This goes right on the back. And then we're going to do the same thing one more time. So this pops in that stud right there. Goes across here. Straight onto the back. And they do have anti-studs on the back of these. And these are going to fit right in here. I bet you this. You got to go. Hey, it was good chatting with you too, Jeff. I'll see you later, my man. You take care, okay? And I'll go check out the channel, see what all you got. Yeah, neglect YouTube. I think I'm one of them, actually. Jeff, you have a good day, brother. Low budget, I think I'm one of your subscribers as well. Yeah, here's the thing. It's the YT is slow. It is a slow algorithm, but anything that I put on my channels here or the IG, I also put there on shorts as well, and it can really make a difference no matter what. I try, like I said, I try to hit all the channels each and every time, and make sure that I got something that's going out, even if I don't do, even if I don't do anything else. Now, as far as video work throughout the week, I do plan something like a review or a live build or even a live. I plan something for every day of the week on my YT channel. Always. I try not to neglect it because that's the original channel I started with. So for me, that's something that I have to do. Oh, hey, thank you, Bearded. Thank you for the rose and the you're awesome and a heart puff. Brother, you're killing it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So I need to, Bearded, I need to get on and do another live with you all here pretty soon, because I've got some things on the shelf that I need to build, and I need to go hang out. But I got to make sure I'm not on dad duty that day, because I tend to get in trouble when I stay up super late. And I do stay up late between, if I'm hanging out with you guys, though I did go to bed on time the other day, but if I'm hanging out with you guys or I'm hanging out with Matt from Brick Dad Life, I tend to stay up super late, and the next morning I am in slog mode for the rest of the day. I'm like, oh, like, how am I going to get through this day? I know I can do it. I'm an adult now. I can do it. It's just going to be really, really hard. All right. So we've got the back of the plane. This is really nice curve section here. Look at that. And we do have stickers. So find this. And we're going to find this. This is our ambulance. So our airplane ambulance. Like I said, I plan on flying this thing all around the house when I'm done. I'm going to have so much fun by the time I'm done here. I'm going to move it over to here so I can line that up to there. Boom. Let's see. How do I want to put it? On top. Right in the center. Boom. Bring it down. We got this. Oh, we have stickers for this too. And we got another one over here. This one will go. Oh, this one I need to be on the E. Trying to get my fleshy hand oil all over these stickers. Line it up. Push it down. Does that look right? Let's see. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. And then we have, for this, we have these. Oh, man. So we got the medical sticker here with, and it's attached to the actual number. So thankfully it is all together. We're going to line that up right to the bottom of this curve right here. Lay it right into place. Look at that. Man, that's stunning. Absolutely stunning. 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 I love it. And we'll do the same thing with this. Line that one up here. The one thing I do enjoy about Lego and building blocks, it is very much like a model making process quite often. Boom and boom. I remember doing water slide decals on jets all the time when I was back in the day when I was doing models, and absolutely loving, like when it would slide on and you could guide it right into place and then take a Q-tip and pull the rest of the water out and it would just set perfectly. I was like, ah, the best possible sort of scenario. And now we get, snaps. Back then it was just about, getting the glue in the right place. Look at that. Oh man. That is cool. And the fans do move and blow. That's a good one. Like I said, I got this one off the TikTok shop. So this has been a fun build. I like it. Though I do need to put my gurney back in place now. So that one needs to go right back there. Now, I will say that the way that the gurney's set in there now, that's really hard to get to because this isn't plated where it could just snap off. So I might have to change some things on that particular part. Maybe do a few more plates back there and then plate the whole thing where it comes off. But till then, I'm building it as is, and then we'll come back and fix it a little bit later. All right, here we go. We've got these two plates with slopes. We've got a grill, a 1x2 grill. We got a plate with a rod, two of these yellow hands, and what's interesting is these are regular Lego hands that they're using as controls, which I find very interesting. And then we've got four of these, 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Is that all of them together? Oh, I got one more over here. And then we need a 1x6. And then it looks like a 1x8. Okay. So let's start here. We're going to put these together, and the 1x6 is going inside. So 3 and 3. And then we got 3 and 3. So there we go. And that should set across. And this 1x8 is going to fit right on top. And there doesn't show any stickers or anything that go on that part. So that is on its own, and that snaps right into place there. Now this one is meant to pull up and to take off, because you only have one stud to the anti-studs on the bottom there. And then we're building the controls over here. So this goes 1. Let's do it like this. 1 and 2. I want the hands to go to the inside. Kind of like that. That's going to fit to there. That'll be kind of fun. And then these are going to go up on top. One on this side and one on this side right there. And I'm sure we have other pieces that are going to go on top of that. This thing is big. I was actually quite surprised just how big this was. This is huge in comparison to what I was thinking. So I'm stoked, man. I think it'll be fun. We got another one of these. We got a 2x2 tile, a 1x2 tile with a stud, so modified. Looks like one of these, black wedge, a clear. Is that clear or is that just white? I'm looking. Yeah, it's a clear stud, and then 1, 2, 2x4s. Interestingly enough, the clear does not always show up as clear on the instructions, and that's kind of weird. Hey Nicholas, how are you? Joined from a repost. I'm glad you're here. We are building the Sluban Medical Plane. This is something I got off the TikTok shop, so I was excited to see this. Okay, we need 2 of these wedges, 1 and 2. Now, these actually have gauges. So number 5 is, I believe this is the, what is that? The oh my goodness, the altitude gauge. And that one's going to go on that side. And then looks like we have almost like a fuel gauge, or maybe it's an altimeter. Altimeter. I'm struggling on that word. That one is going to go on this side. And so we have 2 gauges. We have the two handles, no steering column, but it's okay. We have two handles for throttle, and then we have the two wedges that actually have the gauges here. I'll show you there on this one, and I'll bring it up there. So that's how we're building the cockpit portion of this, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna bring those handles up just a little bit, and now we're building this portion. So we got this goes underneath. Goes on this side. And this is supposed to go right on here. Just like that. It's looking good. And then this is going to fit right onto here. Right at the doorway. Now this part feels a little thin in my opinion. Like that. Feels a little thin, but it's still, clutch power wise, it's still holding really well. It just, I don't know, it feels a little thin right there. Some of the plates and everything just feel kind of a little flimsy. It's still overall a good build, but I'd be careful about storing this in something warm and having this where it like bends, because those plates, like even right there, I might heat that a little bit, have to pull it, but that even feels a little bent up. And that would be the same right there. Yeah, the white ABS on this feels a little thin. Just a little too thin, in my opinion, for what we're getting. But again, this thing wasn't very much. It was like maybe was it $20, $15 or so? And I had a coupon as well. Like I said, I got it on the actual TikTok shop. It was very inexpensive, so I was like, I am okay with inexpensive. And I'm also, you know, I'm usually pretty good. I happen to like a lot of the alternative bricks and checking things out. It won't be Lego playing quality whatsoever. I know the brand new Lego what is the Lego airplane and airport hub just came out. That thing is amazing. It looks amazing. It's also a lot more expensive, but you know, getting our bricks at a decent price is never anything too bad. All right, so we're gonna put these on here. Now these do not have the wheels where they chalk up inside. That's okay. That's how these things roll. But 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to snap these all into place. And there is a little bit of a wingtip that's going to turn upwards, which is kind of cool. We got these here and here. And let's see, how are we doing this? Just going to go right onto the back. 1. Right onto the back. 2. Let's turn it to where it's actually this way. 2. Okay, and then we'll turn this over. There goes that gurney. I knew it. I knew it. And we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should go right here. Am I correct? What does it have? 4 up ahead of it? Okay, yeah. That one will go here. And this one will go right here on the end. Right there, right? Nope. Actually, will that plug in right there? It will not. Oh, there is a little bit of a gap between there. I'm not sure I like that too much. That feels a little off. I'm building it as they're showing it, but I have a feeling I will be changing that. The good thing about bricks is that when you don't like something, you can always change it after you're done. And like even like that feels too, like that keeps breaking off there. So that's even, I'll show it right there. So if I was to move that, the tension on that's so high that the studs aren't able to cooperate. So you have to use 2 hands whenever you're turning that up and into the thing. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off right here. We're going to fix that gurney because that thing has turned sideways inside. Like I said, that is a tight fit, so I might even change some of this where it's easier to get into there. And that could be easy thing as far as like maybe even doing like a plate here, like a red tile, instead of a plate holding that bottom portion down. Okay, here we go. We're moving on over to the front. We have this really cool piece here. Now this is something you don't see very often, where it's got a post and then wheel post on it. But we're going to turn that over. We're going to put some wheels on. Now I say not often. I've never gotten a Lego plane besides for I have a small like little prop job delivery plane that's like an old one. But that's not something I see very often, in my opinion. Okay, so this is supposed to fit right under here, under the seat, and it looks like we want the wheels going back or forward. Alright, let's do it like this. This might have been one of those where it probably been good to do certain steps on this booklet. Probably would have done a lot better if we had done them ahead of time. So like the landing gear would have been better when you didn't have to fit your fingers in there. That would have been so much better. Okay, so let's see. Can I fit... I might have to go one plate at a time. So here we go. Oh man, curse my adult-sized fingers. Here we go. We gotta pull out the small, intricate, pliers and other things in order to fit that. All right, here we go. Oh man. Guys, what are you doing to me? Okay, that's gonna fit right onto here. Their seats are interesting. It's not like what you think of as a standard like Lego style seat. It has a weird like T thing to it that makes it sit kind of strange. But thankfully, this actually turns. You can turn this. And so if you want the plane to go this way for runway stuff, you can do that. And it allows for a little bit of difference. I'm going to go ahead and turn these up. And put it in this form if I can. Okay. We're kind of down to our last few pieces here. So we got this and this. And we got a door. And then we got a bunch of stickers. And then, yeah, I think we're kind of at a portion where we're almost done. And we have leftover parts and pieces that, makes it pretty okay to build with. Yeah, that's it. And we'll go over the booklet. We'll talk about some of the last things there. Now with this, we do have our canopy. We're going to put this sticker down first. This is the main sticker for our canopy. I'm going to turn it this way. It might be easier to go from these studs down. So we're actually going to be going from the studs portion right here. Right there. And we're going down to there. That looks nice. That looks very nice. And then we've got the 370, which is interesting because the actual model number is, of course, M38, which is the Sluban brand, BO, and then 730 as well. Now, looking to see where they have us lining this up. I'm going to put it right here on the edge. We're going to come right across there. So when I line up the door, I need to have the door in the same spot because there's a sticker that goes on the door. And then we got one more right here. this one again. About a line's worth up here. And that should line up there. Let's see, did I do it? It's off just a little bit because I think it's supposed to line up with those. I don't know. Can I pull these up and do it? Yeah, I can't. They are stuck. Well, my lines are going to be off just a little bit, I think. Yeah. See, they're off just a little bit because of that. Well, I should have gone a little bit further down, but there wasn't really a lot of room to go much further down because that sticker, it would not have lined up. That's upsetting. That's not good. That's not good at all. Alright, so this one is supposed to go across here. Let me see kind of where they have this one going. I'm gonna line the door up there first, and then I'm gonna figure out where it's gonna go. Let's see. Looks like it's gonna go right above here. Let me turn this a little bit on its side and line that up there. Okay, and we'll drop the door. We'll stick this sticker down. Boom, boom. It's a little crooked. You know it's gonna drive me crazy, but there's not a lot I can do about it because I don't want to ruin the sticker. Okay, and then this is supposed to fit into here. So we're gonna pop these two robot arms on. And that's going to, oh, how smooth is that? Looky there. And that closes down. That is cool. I like this. Keeps hitting my Millennium Falcon every time. All right, so let's play scenario. We're going to open this up. Actually, let's open up the front. We're going to put our pilot. And I don't think that's supposed to come off, but again, it kind of needs to. We probably need to replace some of these with tiles as well. So look, we're going to take our pilot. He's going to sit right in here. I'm going to push him down into a seat. If he will go, he will not. The anti-studs on his legs are saying nope, nope, nope. Let's try it one more time. And Sluban, they do have anti-studs on their feet, unlike the Lumabricks, but they only have one anti-stud on the bottom of their legs. So they have, you know, the bottom of their feet, and they have the bottom of their legs, which is why, like, the seats only have one of the studs in. Okay, and then we're going to turn these controls towards his hand. We're going to put the canopy back on him. So he's inside. You can kind of see him there just a little bit. It's hard to see because of the... Now I can kick that back on. Let's take a look at it. You can kind of see him in there. He's at the controls of the ship. And then we're going to open this up right here. Here, we got to pull that door. And we're going to open this up here. Boom. Okay. Again, it's meant to be able to put people in, but this right here is tough to get to some of these seats. So some of the seats are really tough to get to. It's like I love aspects of this, and I would want this to be perfectly situated where it's like we got our person here, got our nurse here. I guess we can put and I'm going to have her facing that. We'll put our doctor in this seat over here, facing the nurse. And put that on here, and then we have an ambulance, but they do not fit. They actually have to be in their seats because of the plate underneath this. So let's see, will she? Nope, she won't fit. Okay, so they have to be in sitting position, but one of the problems is that we have is that, look right there, in order to get this off, we got to pull all of this up, and that's clutched down pretty tight. So I guess we'll just kind of dump them in there like that. Put this on top. So there are things in this build that I'm like, hey, I am all about this build. I'm all about it. I think it's an amazing build. And there's things in it that I'm like, hey, we could easily fix down the road. But that's the live build for it, honestly. That is a pretty decent build. And you know, I'm looking at like the 2-hour mark here for this. So it's not anything too crazy, but it is. There's some things, once I review it, once I talk about it, get it all set, I plan on fixing this one up, because there are some things that do need to be fixed on it. And I could probably share that sort of thing on my YT, okay? So, with all that being said, overall, I kind of like it. Let's look at some of the other things in the line, because there's quite a bit more in the line. Hey, Matthew, what's up? We've got, let's see, so our medical plane is this one here. There's this jet here, which is a little bit smaller jet. I think that'd be actually kind of cool. I have come across, I think this one was one that I was looking at one time. There's a prop job, there's a Lego one I have that's similar to this, but it's like it's a yellow one. It's a plane for package delivery, actually. Let me grab it. It's an old school like package delivery one, and I'm not sure. Oh, the guy is over there, but yeah, let me grab him. I can't find his delivery package, but that's okay. So he comes with this guy right here, and you know, he got this plane. And it's, you know, looking at it, it's much smaller than the medical jet here, and it's a small build. It's nothing crazy. So they have one in the Sluban sets that is like a little red prop job that would be, I guess, to the size of this right there. So I don't have too many. Here, let me turn that off. It might be easier for us to see. Yeah, there we go. So I might have to look into a few more of these planes and stuff. The only thing is, I don't want to get too crazy with too many planes, because I don't have an airport, and I probably will not have an airport for my city build, but I will have some of these probably on like clear sticks, like flying over buildings and such. Kind of, here, let me turn it that way. So kind of flying over buildings, things like that. So it's like giving the appearance of flight without, you know, us having to wholeheartedly like sit there and have an airport and all this extra stuff. This one has like, it's got the little thing in it that's got like all the aviation panel stuff. I kind of wish this had that in there, and I might have an extra aviation panel, so when I mod this, it's not a mock because I didn't make it. Let me rephrase it. I made it, but it's not my design. But when I decide to actually like mod this particular plane, I have a feeling I might pull one of those old tiles and try to replace some of the control aspects of this plane to make it a little bit better. Here we go. We'll put that one over there, and then we got this plane right here. So I'll review this. I'll actually have this up on my channel review here pretty soon. For those who are not on my YT right now, for everyone else, I post this. It's in my bio, so it's in the link on my bio. I have that information there. I do reviews of all the stuff that I build, so I have reviews there that kind of help you decide on if you want to purchase these pieces or not. This was actually a purchase on TikTok, so on the TikTok shop, this was a purchase there. So it is definitely for the price that you're getting, especially if you're doing the searches and getting coupons. This is a pretty decent purchase there, and I got this, I believe it was on the Amazing Blocks store. They have a lot of the Sluban stuff. The same place where I got the tram as well. So, and what I'll do is I might do some post about it and maybe see if I can't link the actual item up to it. See if we can go from there. But yeah, pretty cool build. But there are definitely some things I would change on it. There's a few stuff here and there that's just, I don't know, man. There's not a lot of playroom inside. Well, let me rephrase it. There's playroom inside, but not enough ability to get to everything. And for the size that we're getting for the wings, we probably could have used smaller panels to cut down the size of this, because it's nice and wide, but then it's not very long. So I don't know. There's some stuff. Let me play with it. Let me check it out. I'll get that review up here pretty soon, so that way you all can look at and decide if this is cool or not. That's what I like to do, help you all make those decisions. And of course, we got our 4-stud wide car, which is a little weird, considering that I have a 6-stud wide ambulance from our Make It bricks. That seems kind of odd that, you know, we've got this set, but it's only 4 studs wide, and we haven't had 4-stud wide cars. I wanted to say they went up to 6-stud wides in the 2000s. So I remember when I was a kid, I had a 4-stud wide car. That was the old Octane car from like 1984. That's how long I've been building, guys. I've been building for a while. And you know, that was a while back, you know. But 2000, I think, is when they started going to the 6-stud wide cars. And you know, now we got Speed Champions that are 8 studs wide, but they make a distinction between two. City, I believe, still uses 6-stud wide cars. As a matter of fact, this year we had the EV supercar right here, and it was also a 6-stud wide car. So you can count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The fact that we have an 8-stud wide ambulance it's awkward. It's very awkward. Very, very awkward. Hey, dude, what's happening?
I just want to come in and say hi.
Yeah, you come in and say hi. Say hi to everybody, because I'm
Using this?
not right now. Do you need it?
I mean, I'm doing my chores, but after I do my chores, could I use it?
Yeah, I can help you set it up and show you how to set it and everything. Yeah. How are you?
Good.
Did you have fun playing?
Yeah.
Cool. It's my kid, everybody. Well, so that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm actually, surprisingly, I'm gonna get off early today because I got some chores too. We built this jet. This is the Sluban Aviation Medical Jet.
I hope it crashes.
It needs some work, but it's one of those that I've got to review it, but it's okay for the price. It's a pretty decent build, but there's some things that need to be modded on it for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna steal this.
No, don't steal my vase. Don't steal my vase and my flower. Thank you. Smells like ABS plastic.
It does?
Well, it's plastic.
I don't smell anything.
It's plastic. Plastic doesn't have a smell to it. All right. Okie dokie. And now he's taking out knives and all sorts of stuff. All right, everybody. I had fun. Hey, old man retro game. I see you showed up, man. I'm about to go. I'm actually done with my build for the day. I hope you're doing okay. I hope that hopefully you got something good going on today. But yeah, this has been interesting build so far. Like I said, I'll have the review up. You can always check out my reviews, post live sessions, things like that. I also have on my YT. Links are up in the description on my actual page, so definitely go and check those things out. Hey, I thank you all for showing up. I appreciate the people who have come to give gifts and likes and comments and chat, especially, you know, Jeff coming to chat about He-Man. Brick Guy is coming up. Hey, what's up? But hey, I'm about to leave, actually. I'm getting ready to go. So I thank you all. Are you keen on growing on YouTube? I always. I have the YT, I have the IG, and I have the TikTok. And I'm keen on growing on all of them. I want to make sure that I keep all my channels up and going. Vertical lives on there vertical lives on the YT. If I do, it works really well for me. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Because I also stream with random keep coming as promoted in shorts feed. Yeah. Not most of the time when I get random people trying to do like the stream boost stuff, things like that, it's always whoa, 234 to 311 subs in a week. That is awesome. Usually when that happens, it is through Twitch, and I do have Twitch, but it's okay. I'm not doing too much, so honestly I might be doing verticals and just doing a vertical thing to the YT and through TikTok instead. So started July 7th last year. Only just started lives. Nice. Hey, you've been doing good. I actually, because I jumped on your live. I haven't seen you do live here soon, but I might be messaging you here to talk about some of the things about how you're doing verticals. Okay, so that way I can get some feedback from you. Okay, so I'll hit you up later. Okay. You're moving to there for lives. I'll keep that in mind. Because I'll definitely go and visit. Because I follow you there, so I have you there. And I just need to make sure I do notifications, so anything that you create or anything that comes up, I can hit it. So if you got things planned beforehand, I know, and I can make sure I'm there for it. All right, everybody. I thank you all. I appreciate all the gifts. I appreciate you all coming to visit. I'm going to head out, though. I'm going to have a little bit of a family day today. It seems kind of weird. But I'm going to have deuces out. So I'm going to end here, and then I'll end on my other. I'll see you all later, okay? All right. And, of course, Brick Guy said, enjoy the day. I am going to absolutely enjoy the day, Brick Guy. Thank you so much. Actually, for those who are on the YouTube Twitch, if you don't follow Brick Guy, follow him up. I'm about to revamp some of the channels, so when I do, I'll actually plug those channels in on the bottom. I think Low Budget is there as well. I want to make sure I'm helping out the people who are helping me out on the building community and giving them the shouts that they need. If you're with me from the action figure days and you're still supporting the channel, I definitely appreciate everything you've done, and I'm going to keep you on there. But I do have some revamping to do on my YouTube channel to clean it up. Twitch, if you join me from Twitch, besides for trying to push Streamboo, I know what's up. Let's see. Help me out. Channel, check out my... Oh, yeah, that's me. That's me, actually. So with that being said, I thank you all. Hey, let me get my thing set up here. All right. Hey, thank you all for showing up. I love you all. Jesus loves you more. Nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build and happy brick hunting.